Connect the tow rope, canopy brakes, emergency plan. Emergency plan is to fly out straight if we're below 200. If we're above 200, we can turn back, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Front row traffic, this is Glider 1 Kilo Sierra being pushed out onto the runway. We will be 2 to 3 minutes on runway 28, front royal.
Good job.
The thing is squeaking.
Front royal traffic, Husky 85 Sierra is taking off runway 28, glider in tow, front royal.
Thumb up. And then just keep wagging the rotor till you see him do it.
All right.
Come off the roadway. There you go. Ease it off a little earlier.
Okay. You said ease it off a little earlier?
Yeah, just
Okay.
gently back, just to get it off.
Go ahead.
There we go. My flight control.
Gear controls.
So if you know how to recover from a slack line, when you get a slack line, I'm going to say your flight controls, and you're going to just press the outside rudder. Press the, that wasn't much of a slack line. Let me get a good one here. Okay, just dive down. Now your flight controls, that's not very good. Anyway, just press the outside, your flight controls. If you get a slack line, you just hold the outside rudder until the line gets taut, and then you gently come back the way you did.
Okay.
That's perfect, because what we don't want you to do is to panic and think you've got to get back to the middle of the airplane. All right?
Clear left. Clear right.
Clear the tow rope.
Clear the tow rope.
Turn right. And that's all you really need to do if you ever needed to go back the other way. So let's just continue in a clearing turn, and I'll demonstrate stall.
Okay.
And I'm gonna, the first one I'm gonna do is just show you what people do, and they think it's a stall. They just get slow, and then they pitch over and gets fast again.
Okay.
And it's not a stall.
The target for 45.
Just keep coming
down
around.
and, look down.
This is good. I don't see anybody. We're nice and clear. All right, my flight controls.
Your controls.
So here's what people will do. They'll come with the nose up, and they'll go like this, and they get slow, and then they just kind of like pitch over. There was no stall there. That was not a stall. So the check ride, you have to recognize the onset of a stall and then recover. And I'm going to show you the onset of a stall. Now, watch the pitch attitude. First up, to get the pitch up, you need a little energy. So I started about 50 knots.
Okay.
Not a hard number, it's just you need some energy. So you bring the nose up to right there. Memorize that. Now I'm just going to ease the stick back and not let and you're going to feel it. You feel it break?
Yes.
I had no control over that. It broke. But I gently recovered. One more. I come up. If you get the pitch right there, it's just enough, it's going to break. And you keep easing the stick back. When you feel it break and shudder, your flight controls.
My controls.
Right there, hold the pitch down, get 50 knots. Come on up, briskly to where I showed you. Keep coming, a little more briskly than that, more briskly. Come on up, right there, right there. That's a little, that's okay. Just hold that. Do not let the nose drop until it drops on its own. You felt the shudder?
Yeah.
That was an onset of a stall, and you recovered. Beautiful. Do it again. Come on up, right there, no higher than that. Do not let the nose drop. Do not let the nose drop. Wait for it to break. It shudders. It breaks. That was the onset. You heard it, didn't you?
Yes.
You hear the whole airframe shaking.
Yes.
That, Nick, is recognizing the onset of a stall and recovering. My flight controls.
Your controls.
In a turn, you do the same thing, just with the shallow bank. You set the pitch. You wait. You wait. You don't change anything. When you feel it break, you left your rudder out of it.
Okay.
And come on. Okay, your flight controls.
My controls.
Roll a shallow left bank.
Little shallow left bank.
Yeah, either way. Right there, hold the nose there and don't change anything. Don't bank anymore. Don't bank anymore. Don't do anything. And you kind of banked. So that's a very common thing. You really kind of rolled out of it. And a lot of people, you increased your bank and you rolled out of it.
Okay.
So come on down with the nose just a little bit. You won't have enough energy. We can do a left turn.
All right.
Slight left turn.
Slight left
Now
turn.
come on up. Get that nose where I showed you.
All right.
Now do not change the bank angle.
Okay.
Do not change the bank angle.
Left base and final 2 8.
And you felt the shutter.
Yeah.
That was good. And now that was sloppy, but that's okay. Turning stalls are a little trickier. I'll demonstrate one more and then we'll move on.
Okay.
So right here, and you just hold it, and you hold it, and you hold it, and you hold it, and you feel the airframe shutter, and you're level out.
Okay.
So that's it. So minimum control, we're nice and slow. I'll demonstrate. Or you just fly it around your flight controls. Just fly us around at 40.
Okay.
Minimum control of airspeed and min sync. Just practice flying around at about 40 knots. Shallow bank. You can do a 360 at this speed.
For 3 minutes at runway 28.
Just do a nice shallow bank either direction.
Okay.
We got a little wind out of the west, so yeah, turn into the wind is a better idea.
Later 321, another pattern tow. That was wonderful. Thank you. Another pattern tow.
So even though you're right at, theoretically you could do the math and there's some fraction of a mile per hour of a knot you should be at, you can get away with going 40 at a shallow bank.
Okay.
And your rate of descent is much lower this way, and you'll buy more time. Minimum controllable airspeed.
Front rail traffic, okay, 5 Sierra, clear 28 front rail.
See how slowly it descends. Only be about 100 feet per, about 1 knot down, about 120 or 140. Let's just do it the other direction. Just gently roll, keep your speed there. And you can get away with a shallow bank like this and keep your speed low. Yeah, good feel. You're nice steady on the pitch attitude. You're not pumping the stick. I remember that about you. You don't have that tendency to pump. A lot of people make work for themselves. Well, let's try another turning stall.
Yeah, I agree.
So give yourself the energy. So bring the nose down and get yourself about 50 knots. It's not a hard number or anything. You just need some energy to get the nose up. Now, shallow bank.
Shallow bank.
Right about there. That's enough. Bring the nose up where I showed you.
Okay.
A little higher, a little higher, a little higher, a little higher. Right there. Don't roll. That's not quite high enough. Now this I'm gonna let it happen. See how it just kind of mushed over?
Yes.
So do it again. Shallow bank.
Okay, shallow bank.
Right there. Don't change anything. Don't change anything. Don't change. Hold. You'll feel it shudder. Wait till it shudders. You let the nose. You eased it down. They're very common. One more time. Don't ease it down. I'm gonna cut. Let's get about 50 knots to get the nose up high enough. Shallow bank.
Shallow bank.
Come on up with the nose.
Come on up with the nose.
Don't change anything. Don't let the nose drop. Don't let the nose drop. Keep the stick coming back. Wait for that the airframe to shake. You felt the shake.
Yes.
Rudder out of it. Roll out with the rudder and recover. Perfect. That's definitely a 3 for turning stalls. Nicely done.
Well, thank you.
You gotta feel the shudder.
Yeah. Okay. So when the shutter happens, is that when
You've stalled. That's the onset of a stall. You've now stalled.
Okay, because I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah. Come on up. Turn. That's good. That's enough bank. Any more than that, you start getting. And don't change the bank. So if you want to just keep
5 miles per final.
and when you feel it shake, now you can do it. And here's what my flight controls.
Yeah, your
So
controls.
people will do this. They'll come up like this, and they keep increasing the bank, and they just kind of like roll over. You know, that wasn't a stall. You never stall.
Okay.
This, you'll feel it. Now
To feel the shudder.
Right after this, we're going to have to. And you can. I'm just going to keep the stick back, and it brakes, and rudder, and control. Okay, so
You do it so smoothly.
Well, I've been flying for 53 years. So.
Yeah.
All right, so let's kind of turn around and get oriented to the pattern.
Okay.
See where we are. We always remember the wind's out of the west, so you probably wanted to turn left.
Oh, it's left. Okay.
See, the wind's out of the west. It would have been a little better if you turned the other way. So
Okay.
it's fine. There's nothing wrong with this, but it just kind of gives you more. And now we want to. You know where the pork chop field is, right? On my flight control.
Your controls.
You can't see it. It's right under your nose. I'm going to show you right down there. It looks like a pork chop.
Okay.
Right down there, about 10 o'clock. Right close to us there.
Yep.
You pass over that at 2,000, you're golden.
Okay.
So now your flight controls.
My controls.
So now you can start getting ready by accelerating to 55 knots
Okay.
and trim it up for 55. You can kind of do your boost stall early.
Okay.
To 55, do your boost stall, and then now do a right sweeping turn, and you'll come back with a right sweeping turn.
Yes.
And you'll position yourself very nicely. People don't think about the winds when they're positioning for the pattern, and they'll end up coming around on the 45 halfway down the runway.
Okay.
So go for your 55. Keep that bank coming. We're going to be positioned to get you right at 55. Keep the turn coming.
Okay.
Keep the turn coming. A little steeper. Right over the pork chop. And you aim for that little pond at the end of the runway.
Okay.
And that's a perfect 45 until you make your call.
All right. Front roll traffic, glider, 1 Kilo Sierra, entering 45 for right 2, runway 28, front royal.
Perfect. All right, so you've done your flaps, you trim, you unlock your air
Speed,
brakes.
trim, air brakes. Yep, they work.
Yep, and then you just kind of hold them closed without latching them. I'd get a little closer. It's just...
Fighters low, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, and saw
I don't know
the...
why he came right through the 45. I'm surprised he did that. So we're in pretty good shape here. If you
Okay.
have wind out of the south, you don't want to be any farther than this, but we're okay. So now I beam the hangers at about 1,800, 1,700, so you can ease the cords out a little bit. Now you call downwind, right
Okay.
downwind to it.
Front roll traffic, 1 Kilo Sierra, right downwind, runway 28, front royal.
Perfect. This is it, 55, and the better you do on your airspeed, you're landing now.
Okay.
You've got it from the moment you start the pattern, everything has to
Well,
be
Papa
precise.
Taxi, glider 321 Kilo, hanging on till 30. Thank you. Under space.
Keep the page just a teeny bit to the right. Just, there you go, just kind of. Now we wanted to be, I didn't pay attention, so a little more on the dive brakes. We wanted to be at 1,500 to be your touchdown point. So we
Okay.
were definitely 150 feet high. So you can kind of
Okay.
ease it back.
All right.
This brown house down here, kind of on got a lot behind it. We're parallel to it right now.
Okay.
That's a good place.
Front roll traffic, 1 Kilo Sierra, turning right base, runway 28, front royal.
Okay.
Now keep that don't let the airspeed get away from you. Keep
Okay.
the 55, very. Your aim point's that third dash. Roll out, roll out. You don't want to roll, keep rolling. Okay. A little more on the air brakes. And now roll in. Right for that
Roll
third dash.
traffic, 1
And
Kilo
you control
Sierra.
it. You control airspeed with pitch, which you're doing a great job at. Yeah, good. Roll out. Get yourself on center line. Now that pull back a little more on the brakes. Aim for that third dash. You keep aiming for the third dash,
All right.
and now you're getting more like the second dash to ease them forward about an inch. Just a little bit on the dive brakes, push it forward just a teeny bit, right there. See how subtle that, it moves the aim point out?
Yes.
Perfect. Don't change a thing. This is absolutely perfect. Okay, start easing it back. Hold it right there, hold it right there. All the way at the end of the runway. Steer it to the end of the runway. My flight controls.
Your controls.
Okay, you want to look all the way to the end.
Oh, okay.
You can't make the short-term corrections. As soon as you land, you look all the way down and keep yourself on. You're doing pretty well, but
No, I'm glad you came in.
how few times you've landed, it was pretty good.
I didn't finish my radio call either.
Yeah, your radio calls were great.
Well, the last one on final,
I don't think did we make the right basic final call? Yeah.
I was started to, but you were giving me some instructions, so I
we forgot
kind of
that.
missed it.
But that's picture perfect. You can put it on now if you want.
Okay.
You know, really, it's probably always better to just stay back there and let us.
Oh, okay, that's what I was told.
I always think it's better to just let us get off the runway,
Yeah.
the dolly back, and we come straight
Front row
back.
traffic, 660 Hotel Bravo, taxiing from the
All right.
You see, then in this case, now we got 3 of us back here. They're getting the rope out.
Okay, I'll do that. If you want, I can do that then.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
We don't need 3 people. Nothing to push. Yeah, you're very...
Yeah. Trim.
So in this one, I'll show you a box of wake, talk you through it, what we're doing and why,
Okay.
and then we go back up again later. You can try it. You're ready. You're definitely ready.
Front roll traffic glider 1 Kilo Sierra being pushed out onto the runway. Be about 2-3 minutes on runway 28 front royal. 85 Sierra glider 1 Kilo Sierra. We'd like a tow to 3,000 feet.
And box the wake.
85 Sierra, we are going to box the weight.
Roger, box. Front Royal traffic, Husky 850, taking off runway 28, glider in tow, Front Royal.
All right.
Right. Way down to the end, way down at the end of the runway.
Front Royal traffic.
Long-term corrections. Ease it back. Ease it back. There you go. Now maintain right there. Perfect. Got off a little earlier that way, and so then, it's pretty rough rolling.
Okay.
No higher. Make sure you come to you. Now you come up with him.
Okay.
Because you want to get that altitude, get your 150 feet for your road brake if you need to.
Okay.
Right on up with it. So the idea behind the box the weight is to show you that you can tow from all over the place. Okay, my flight controls.
Your controls.
Starting with that. So the first thing we do is we go through the weight. The boxing the weight, you have to find the weight. So there's the weight from the tow plane. We're going to go down through it. We get the tail plane above the wing. See that?
Yeah.
Sit here for a few seconds. Now I'm going to come over here and you're going to align the tail wheel with the main. That's far enough away, keeping my same dip. I'm going to hang out here for about 3 seconds. See, I can just tow. I can do the whole tow out here if I wanted to.
Okay.
I'm going to come up, I'm applying slight left rudder to keep myself out of the way. I get back to a normal tow position. 1, 2, 3. I can do the whole tow out here. This is no big deal, right? So if you find yourself getting thrown by turbulence way out here, you just don't panic.
Okay.
Give it a second. I'm not far enough out yet. My wing would go into the wake right now if I went through. So there I am at the tail wheel line. I'm holding a little right rudder to keep myself out. I go down till the tail plane is above the wing again. 1, 2, 3. See, I can fly the whole tow like this. Come back over. Stop making it worse. Fix it. Right through the wing. Up. Box complete. Your flight control.
My controls.
And then just follow him. Go release. It's just release. It's fine.
Okay.
That was a good example, really, of you're trying to go from out of position to just fix it immediately. You need like a 1 second pause of like, okay, I'm just going to sit here out of position.
Okay.
Pause for a second, and then come in. You do roll all of that. So let's do another turning stall. Let's keep the clearing turn going.
Okay. Where's he
You can
at?
do a steeper bank, get us around. Good. We're nice and clear. Let's just roll out about here. We can stall into this. So let's do a straight ahead stall. Just bring that nose up
Okay.
right there, and just don't let it drop till you feel it
Okay.
shudder. Wait for it to shudder, and
Now.
shudders, and you drop. Just
Okay.
about there, just enough to give you 50 knots. You've got to have
Okay.
enough energy. Nothing magic about 50. That's not quite enough. So you're stabilized at 35.
Oh, okay.
About 50 knots. Now you got enough energy to get the nose up. Now put a shallow bank in. Okay, you can do this. Well, that's okay. There you go. Now don't change anything. Don't change. Don't let it bank anymore. You felt the shudder. Let it come down.
Okay. Ease the
You
pressure
can learn
off.
to do better for your check ride, but for a free solo student, that's excellent. Now, I'm going to show you a spiral recovery, Mike Lake.
Okay, your controls.
What we're going to do is about half the people who die in small aircraft accidents die in the final turn. You've heard about this, right?
Yes.
I'm going to show you how you die in the final turn. And I'm going to show you how to recover from it and only lose 150 feet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate that I'm in the pattern and I've gotten really slow. And I'm going to overshoot the runway really bad. And this is what people do. They see the runway is way behind them and they yank hard on the stick and stomp on the rudder to increase the turn. It's going to nose over into a spiral. I'm going to say recover. What you do first is rudder to roll out and then pull out the dive. Make sense?
Yes.
Rudder to roll out and then pull out. So here, I'm in the final turn. I've gotten myself slow. I'm not paying attention. Oh my God, the runway's clear back there. I got to pull and a better step on the rudder. Oh my God, recover. Rudder out of it. Pull up, pull up. Oh, you lost about 150 feet.
Oh, okay.
So if you had done that at 300 or 400 feet, you'd have survived.
Okay.
As soon as you say, I'm going to do one more from the other direction.
Okay.
Well, I'm not. I always do them to the right because that's our pattern. If you ever see that happen in the pattern, you see the nose go like that, you've got to recover.
Okay.
Stomp on the opposite rudder. So you, oh my God, I've overshot the runway and I pull, and it just dives on you. Recover. Pull out. You lost about 100 feet. Now you're way off position from the runway. Runway be way over there. You'd have to turn right. You need a lot of dive brakes to get down, but you get yourself down somewhere in the airport vicinity. Right? At that point, you're not concerned about the runway. If you could just get anywhere in the grass, just not crash. And so that's a spiral dive recovery.
Okay.
That was well done. That's all you need. The main thing to do is when the speed, your nose down and your speed is building. So let's do this, my controls.
Your controls.
If the speed is building, and I say your flight controls get the speed under control, what are you going to do? You're going to pull back.
Yeah.
If you're in a spiral dive and you just pull back, well, that's going to be interesting. We'll see you recover from this. What the hell are you going to do now? Nothing wrong with doing that. That's okay. Explore the envelope. My point is that if you're in a spiral dive and the speed is building and you pull harder, you're just going to spiral faster and you auger in and die.
Okay.
You've got to stop the rotation. You've got to rudder out of it and then pull.
Okay.
That's why we teach you that.
Rudder.
And your speed is building and in a panic you just pull back and people just die like that. Pulling back harder and harder and harder until they auger in and crash. Man, you've done really, really well here. We did slackline, we've done mid-sync, we've done stalls, we've done spiral recovery. Oh.
Clear left. Swing around this way.
Oh, I know something I can do. We were talking last night about feeling the turn coordination in your butt. What you looking at? You see somebody?
There's they're towing the glider up. Right down to here.
Oh yeah, right. Is feeling the turn coordination in your butt. So my flight controls. I'm going to show you. I'm going to turn without touching the rudder, and I want you to just feel what it does to your butt.
Okay.
Look at the yaw string. Now I'm going to roll, and you feel your ass switch all the way over to there. It's a terrible feeling. That's what it feels like to be uncontrolled.
Okay.
Now I'll roll out and let it get stable. This time I'm going to apply rudder when I turn, and I apply rudder with it, and your ass doesn't switch.
It's nice and smooth.
Nice and smooth. Okay, so now we want to cross the pork chop field at about 2,000. So Richard, your flight controls. Just practice maneuvering us around and get yourself into position over that field at 2,000.
Okay.
And sometime before you get there, when you get within 2,200 feet, run your pre-stall checklist, get yourself at 55 knots.
All right.
And get all set up.
Front row traffic, WP 850, clear 28, front row.
So you can tell you're a little high, so you can maneuver some.
All right. So I'm over top of the pork chop field now, right?
Right down there, just right down over to your right about 130.
Okay. I'll make a left.
The winds are pretty light today. They're only, he's way up there. He's not a factor. So you just do your pre-stall.
Flaps, undercarriage, we don't have those. Speed, we're going for 55.
You're a little high, but that's okay. You can just go on in.
Trim,
Make your call.
front row traffic, glider 1 Kilo Sierra, entering 45 for right, runway 28, front row.
Now you're aiming way back at the end of the seat. Look where you're aiming.
Yes.
You'll never get a nice downwind that way.
No,
Kind of
I'm
aim
not.
for that lake, give yourself a little downwind, and then you're going to be high. So you remember your full stall, crack the
Yeah.
boards.
Air brakes, look out. No one's being.
Right. And then play it. You're going to need some more. You want to play the dive bridge, ideally 1700 to beam the hangers. Right
Okay.
between the hangers, 1700 to beam. So you'll learn to judge that.
Yeah.
You're doing great on your speed. Nail that 55. Don't tolerate more than a knot or you get a knot or two off. Fix it.
You said 1700 to beam the numbers?
About 1700 to beam the hangers, so you can
All right.
use this a tiny bit more board out. Very nice. Now you call down. Oh, wait for him. Make the call. No, you're still calling.
Front row traffic glider 1 Kilo Sierra downwind for runway 28, front row.
Right, you always say right. 1500 to beam our touchdown point. We're maybe 50 feet high. You're in good shape. You can use the boards out a little bit.
All right.
Not quite enough, because we're about 50 feet high. Get your speed, fix the speed now. That'll help you, because then the boards go back to working the way you want.
Okay. Front row traffic glider 1 Kilo Sierra turning right, runway 28 base, front row.
All right. Now, as you turn, there's a tendency to let the speed change. So you watch that speed
Yeah,
change.
thank you.
You check final, nobody on final. 55 knots, you're looking good. Your aim point is just about right. You've got the boards almost closed, which is what you kind of need. Now you're getting back. Now you can ease them out. Don't turn yet. Now get the boards out a little more. You're aiming for about the 4th or 5th dash now. More boards.
Germany 10 miles north inbound landing front row.
Now, ease the boards back, out, back. Aim for that 3rd dash. 3rd dash. Aim right for the 3rd dash. It's perfect. Don't change anything. You've got a little crab for the wind. That's perfect. You can ease the boards maybe a 1/4 of an inch forward. So you're right to that 3rd dash. Now just start easing it back.
45 to left downwind.
Just all the way to the end of the runway. Now gentle on the rudder. Keep us on the center line. Get us back to the center line gently. Don't overcorrect. And then brake. Beautifully done.
Whoops.
Beautifully done.
Thank you.
Beautifully done. That was yeah.
Like I said, you're a great instructor.
You're make it so easy. You have no idea. No idea how well you're doing. That's a good thing. But don't get cocky.
Yes,
Flying
that's
doesn't care how good you are.
no.
A good way to die is to think, you know, you're that first instructor I had, Ron, tell me I was a really good pilot. I don't really need all this shit. I'm a great pilot. Yeah, that's how people die.
Yes, I agree.
Use it to think, I'm really good, which means if I keep paying attention, I'll be okay.
Yes.
But you can never get complacent. Now see, this is the way it's done. He's got the rope out, he's got the dolly ready. This guy knows how to do it. Now we're going to steer it closer to the end of his rope. Marcus is curve. Pickup's good at good ADO. And we stop for him. You see how efficient it is when he's waiting.
Yes.
So when you do the pickup, this is what you do. Get the rope out, get the dolly ready, and just stand there. That back one, Mark, you might want to take a moment to twist that. You get a catch? Okay. I think
somebody crying.
I think it'll work. Huh?
Yep, looks good to me.
724, so we can keep departing runway 28, follow out ladder and tow.
Being aggressive. Sometimes you just need to be aggressive.
Okay. You want to set up for the slips?
I don't know. Let's. You know where signal knob is? Point towards kind of point towards signal knob.
Okay, I don't know where signal knob is, but I assume it's over that way.
Yeah, it's at the end of the second ridge.
Okay.
There's a sharp peak out there. There's an antenna on the top of it.
Okay. You want to head out that way?
Yeah, we just kind of point that direction.
right.
So let's see what you know about a slip. See what you learned from Chris.
All right.
Get into a slip.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay. What I learned was, well, so for gonna
So
go
if you
that
wanted to
way.
do a slip and keep going towards signal knob, you'd have to swing off to the side.
Yeah. So let me do that.
Now drop the right wing. More. Now step on that left rudder. Keep the right wing going down. More rudder, full rudder, all the way with the rudder and drop that wing. More wing. There you go. That's a big slip. Keep it down. Woo! Yeah, see you brought the wing out.
Oh,
Brought
okay.
the wing up. You gotta hold that. It's a pretty aggressive move. Let's try it again.
Yeah, it is a very aggressive move, and I wasn't ready for it, so.
Yeah.
All right.
So drop that wing. Notice your airspeed goes to 0.
Yeah.
Hold it. You got to hold that wing down and see it wants to come back out. Now you're coming down really, really strong.
It's so much fun.
Yeah. Now gently come out of it. And now let's swing off to the right and do one to the left. Swing to the right of signal knob. Drop the left wing. That's plenty right there. Drop the
Okay.
left wing. And then do it with the right rudder. Drop that
Okay,
left
right
wing,
rudder.
Right rudder.
Drop left wing.
There you go. Good gas slip. Now you're kind of letting it turn you. A little more wing down.
Okay, a little bit more wing down.
Yeah, so you can steer it.
Okay.
So drop the left wing.
All right.
Get that rudder in. And then you can always put in a little more aileron and steer it towards signal knob. Keep the bank. Keep the bank. Going away from signal knob. A little more bank. There you go. See how you pull it towards signal knob?
Oh, okay.
A little
Yep.
more. Now you're going right towards signal knob. Right across the ground. Out. All right, now we're back at release altitude.
That was fun.
We did spiral dives today, right?
Yes.
I did the bad turn and final, and then you pull out of the spiral dive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of about.
We're in some major sync now.
Yep.
What altitude do I want to be at to start heading back?
Well, you want to cross that pork chop field at 2,000.
Okay. Above ground, right?
2,000 MSL.
Okay, 2000 MSL.
1,300.
Okay.
1,300 AGL.
All right. So we've
Yeah,
got.
so you can throw a slip in now and get down. Come down and I don't know.
Yeah, that makes the ground pump really fast.
5 knots, trim it up.
Scott 733 Tango X-ray, 5 miles to the east.
Point it right towards that pond at the end of the runway.
Downwind,
All right.
runway 23 Shenandoah.
You'll probably need some dive brakes.
All right. Bus stall, flaps,
Road traffic 653
undercarriage,
on
speed,
left downwind,
trim.
runway 28 from road traffic.
trimming for 55.
I'm gonna make the call.
Air brakes, look
Tower
out.
traffic glider 21 kilo 45, go right down there. Do it. Front row. When you hear an
It
airplane,
takes us a couple minutes to get the glider off the runway at the midpoint.
land short. If they don't get off the runway,
Take up fuel pits, back to the hangars.
we could land in the grass, but it's still land short.
Road traffic 65329.
Did you make your call?
Out to the south while
again?
the glider is on the runway.
Did you make your calls?
Road traffic.
Yeah. Normal traffic glider 21 kilo, right down the way. So now, a little farther out than I would like to be.
Okay.
Let's kind of scoot towards the runway.
All right. How are we doing on altitude?
We're still, we got plenty of altitude.
All right.
Now you can start turning in.
All right.
Normal traffic glider 21 kilo, right base, final. 28. And if they don't get off, they're going to be off. They'll be off. So just fly a normal pattern.
All right.
So now you need a little more dive brake.
Traffic 733 Tango X-ray, make a right 360 and make room for traffic across by Shenandoah.
Straight. Let me fix it for you. I'm going to do a slip right now. See, I'm doing a little slip to get us down.
Yes.
I'm going to get you on profile, and now I'm going to say your flight controls
right.
right now. You ought to feel right there. I'm going to just give you a perfect random.
Yeah. My controls.
Yep, your flight controls. Don't change anything. No more dive. That's good. Don't let the speed drop yet. Hold it. Don't dive.
Okay.
Hold that. Ease the dive brakes. Too much dive brake. Too much dive brake. I'm helping on the stick.
Yep. Yep. All right.
All the way down to the end of the runway. Steer it. More to the right. We got to get to the center line. We're too far off. We can hit a taxi. We get a runway light.
Okay.
Get some aileron in there.
Road traffic 65329, entering left downwind for runway 28.
Help it on the stick.
Okay.
Help it on the rudder.
All right.
All right.
Good. Thank you so much
Well,
for
let's
your
get
help.
off quickly for this guy.
Okay.
Glider on the runway. Glider on the runway.